Dear student, today we will learn about these topics, subtopics. These are the concept of differentiation. Actually, differentiation is a part of mathematics, but in the physics, when we understand these chapters, these are needed. So that part we only cover here, which is very much needed for the case of the physics. That is the mathematical tool, the concept of differentiation. Now, second thing, in my previous video, I have told you average velocity, average speed, instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed. But actually instantaneous speed I have skipped my previous video. I have told you I will make you understand after understanding the concept of differentiation. So that is the second part in my today's video. So first of all, we will emphasize on the concept of differentiation. So what is differentiation? First of all, if you want to understand what is differentiation, then you have to understand first what is the slope, actually slope of a graph. So first of all, we are drawing one, suppose x-axis, this is y-axis. Now we have taken one straight line. This straight line makes an angle with the positive x-axis, that is theta. Okay, so what is slope? Slope is actually how much steeper is the line, how much steeper is the line. So that can be measured by tan theta. So slope of this straight line will be tan theta. Okay, so what will be the slope of this line? So that will be steeper, it is less steeper. So what is the slope of this straight line? So it will be theta 3, so it will be more steeper. So this steepness can be measured by the angle made by the positive x-axis. So that is slope is equal to tan theta. So if you understand the concept of differentiation, this slope is very necessary. Then if we draw x-axis, this is y-axis, then such type of curve, graph may be curve line, graph may be straight line, whatever may be. Suppose in this case, what will be the slope? Here slope what we have written, that is tan theta, and each and every case, suppose we have taken this line, that is theta, and if we take any point on this straight line, suppose here, then also it will make with the positive x-axis, that is also theta. If we take any other point, suppose this point, so it will also makes an angle theta with the positive x-axis. So if you take any points, suppose this point, p1, p2, each and every point on the straight line, they makes an same angle with the positive x-axis. So slope, that is tan theta, is equal to constant here. Okay, now if we take the such type of graph, that is a curved line, if we take any point, suppose here we have taken p1 point, here we have taken suppose p2 point, and here we have taken suppose p3 point. So at the point p1, this graph makes an angle with the positive x-axis. So what is the angle? So that's why, as it is a curved line, we have to draw one tangent at the point p1. So it will be suppose this one, so it makes an angle suppose theta 1. So p2, it will makes an angle also, suppose this is theta 2, it will also makes an angle, and we have to draw one tangent here, suppose this one, suppose theta 3. So each and every point you can see the angle made by the positive x-axis keeps on changing. That is, we can say from this figure, slope is not constant, slope is here variable. So here slope, it is also tan theta, slope is also tan theta, but here it is variable. So in this situation, we'll deal this situation later. Okay, then first of all, how to measure the slope? Tan theta is the measurement, but how to make the measurement more precisely, I will give you the one overview here. We are taking this one, so x and y, and previously we have taken one straight line that makes an angle theta, and we are taking, so if we want to make the slope of this line, then we have to take any 2 points, p1 point and p2 point, and with that point we have to draw one triangle here. Okay, this triangle. Suppose this p1 has the coordinate that is x1 y1. It has the coordinate x2 y2. Then so up to this one, this is x1, this is x1, and what is x2? So this is x2. So what is the length of this line? So this one actually x2 minus x1. And what is the length of this line, vertical line in this triangle? Then this will be y2 minus y1, because this is total y2 and this one is y1. So remaining part is y2 minus y1. So if you take this here, this triangle, then it is theta, it is y2 minus y1, it is x2 minus x1. Then what is the slope of this triangle? Slope will be equal to tan theta. Tan theta may be equal to, tan theta formula is perpendicular by base. Perpendicular by base. So perpendicular here is y2 minus y1 and base is equal to x2 minus x1. So if we subtract this length y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, we get the slope of this straight line. Okay, you understand? Now what will be the case? What will be the measurement of the slope for the case of this curved line? Then again redraw it. Suppose this one. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis. Now if you want to draw, if we want to find the slope of this line, then we have to take again 2 points. Suppose P point, P1 point, and we have taken P2 point. And in this way, from P1 to P2, we have to draw one triangle. But you can see this P1 and P2, when we connect this P1 and P2, so P1 and P2 when we connect, suppose you can see when we want to connect the P1 P2, then P1 P2 line will intersect the previous curve what I have drawn here. So that's why it is not valid. So we have to draw one tangent which connects P1 and P2, and it will be the tangent on the curve also. So that cannot be possible here. So if we draw that forcefully, then it will be y2 minus y1 again. It is x2 minus x1 again. y1 if the coordinate is x1 y1, if the coordinate x2 coordinate is x2 y2. So then that will be the case. So what will happen if we try to connect them, if we try to make a join them, then it will cut the graph, so it will not possible. So we have to make P1 and P2 in such a way, then it will be the tangent on the curve. So when it will be possible? It will be possible if P1, this P1 is placed very close to P2, or P2 will be placed to very close to P1, then it will be possible. So I am redrawing this figure once again. Now if the P1 and P2, these points are very close to each other, then that line joining the P1 and P2 will be tangent and it will not cut the drawn graph. Then suppose here this was the P2, so we have drawn the P1 here. Okay, you have seen, suppose P2, this is P2, and we have drawn the point P1 here. So then this point actually makes a triangle. This is a triangle, you can see this triangle. Then it is a so small, is a segment of the curved line we have taken, that is a straight line, and that will actually be tangent on that 2 point. Then we can say in this, or it can be also drawn here. Suppose P1 will be here, previously P1 was here. So if we make this P2 point come close to this point P1, then it will be suppose P2. Then again we can draw this triangle, and here also you can see we can use this formula here, because you can see from P1 to P2 this was a straight line. So here P1 to P2, if we take the longer distance in between the P1 and P2, then it will be a curved line, and if we want to draw tangent, it cannot be possible, it will cut the graph. So if we take P1 and P2 are very close. P2 are very close to each other. Okay. So in this situation, what will happen? If we use this formula, then slope will be here is equal to tan theta again. Okay. So if P1 has the coordinate that is x1, y1, and P2 has the coordinate x2 and y2, then we can write it will be y2 minus y1 as previous, same as previous, and x2 minus x1. But you can see y2 minus y1 tends to 0. It is not exactly 0, but it is very close to 0. It may be 0.000001, or it may be, it is so small, it is very close to 0, but it is not actually 0. So what you have thought, what is the value you have thought for here? Very small value, that will be more small than what you have thought. Okay, that is the concept here. So similarly, x2 minus x1 is also tends to 0, but it is not exactly 0, but tends to 0. So if this concept happen here, then we can write it is very small. Actually, y2 minus y1 is equal to delta y, x2 minus x1 is equal to delta x. We know that. But when this delta y is tends to 0 and delta x tends to 0, then we can write delta y is equal to dy and delta x is equal to dx. It is the meaning of that when delta means a difference in any physical quantity. Delta means changes in any variable. So changes in the variable y, that is delta y, it will be taken as dy when y2 minus y1 tends to 0 and x2 minus x1 tends to 0. So we can write here slope is equal to delta y by delta x, that can be taken as tan theta is equal to dy by dx. Okay, dy by dx. So this is actually the concept of differentiation. So what we have done, it is nothing but the slope. So what we have taken slope is the perpendicular by base. From this figure we have drawn one triangle, then from the triangle we have found out what is the slope. Here also we have taken one triangle, but where the triangle is possible, because it's a curved line. So triangle is possible when these 2 points are very close to each other. Okay, understood? So at that point we have taken the slope, and that slope for this curved line is known as the differentiation at that point. So differentiation at that point means dy dx, that is the change in variable y with respect to x. What is the meaning of dy dx? The change in variable y with respect to the change in variable that is x. So in this situation, dear student, what is written here? Dy dx, this dy dx, dy dx, that is the tan theta. Okay, but dear student, don't cut this d and d. Don't cut this, it cannot be possible here, because this dy are integral part. Actually d is the operator of y and d is the operator of x here. So you cannot cut this d and y is an inseparable part. Dx is an inseparable part. This means very small amount of change in y. It signifies that dy is a very small change in y. So you cannot cut d and this d. Okay, it is not possible. So mind it, remember it. Now, so we have come to this point, that is the concept of differentiation. So dear student, what is differentiation? Differentiation is nothing but the slope. Differentiation is nothing but a slope of a curved line. When we have taken the 2 points are very close to each other, and if we take the coordinates, these coordinates are tends to 0. That means difference of these 2 coordinates, y2 minus y1 or x2 minus x1 is tends to 0. So this is the concept. So differentiation is the meaning when we break the whole path in a small part. Okay, so very small part we have taken, that is the concept of differentiation. And there is also a concept that is integration. Integration means if we sum up the all small points, then we get the summation, that is actually the integration. So these 2 parts are the part of the mathematics. Your mathematics teacher will help you more for this case. But what I have taught here, that is actually what is needed in the physics. Okay, now come to this point, what is understanding the instantaneous velocity. Now we have to understand the instantaneous velocity. That's why I have drawn one figure here. That is actually what I have taken, this type of graph we have taken, that is a curved line. So graph will be like that. What we have taken here, that is this type of graph we have taken here, this one. Okay, and what is instantaneous velocity? I'll make you understand what is instantaneous velocity. That means at a particular instant of time. Okay, suppose you were moving in a particular direction in a destination and your course of motion was in 10 seconds. So at what was this velocity? At actually suppose 3.222 second. So this second actually for that second, what was the velocity? So that is known as the instantaneous velocity, instant of time. So how do you measure the instantaneous velocity? So what we have learned? We have learned the differentiation. So we will use the concept of differentiation here, and in this way we can understand, we can measure the instantaneous velocity. Suppose instantaneous velocity, we have written limit delta t tends to 0. Delta t means time. Actually delta t means very small time interval can be denoted as delta t is equal to 0. Tends to 0, that means it is actually not 0, but it is very close to 0. That means suppose we have taken delta t is equal to 0.01. If we take delta t is equal to 0.001, then it is also small. Delta t we can take also 0.000, we can take 0.0001. So delta t is so small. Actually this delta t is very close to 0. It is 0, but it is not actually 0, tends to 0. Okay, so then it will be delta s by delta t, change in displacement and change in time. Then it will be actually velocity means displacement by time, so delta s by delta time. If we take this very small, two points are very close to each other, then it will be delta s. Okay, it will be delta s. Suppose this one, if it is s, if it is t, then if we take two points very close to each other, then it will be delta s and it will be delta t. Okay, then what will be the v instantaneous? V instantaneous will be delta s by delta t, what I have written here. And if delta t is very small, we can take it as tends to 0. When delta t is very small, so displacement covered, that is also very small, tends to 0. So it can be also written as delta t tends to 0, then delta t can be written as dt, and when delta s also tends to 0, it can be written as ds. So ds and dt. So that is actually the formula, v instantaneous is equal to ds by dt. I will make you understand this formula. This is actually the quantitative idea. This is actually what idea I have given you. This is the idea, that is quantitative idea. And now I will give you the qualitative idea. So this is the qualitative idea. Now we have taken such type of graph here. Okay, will be like that. Okay, and we have taken points, we have taken the time, that's 3, 3.54, 4.55. So actually what I have just first written here, we have to find out what is the velocity of this vehicle at the time is equal to 4 seconds. What is the velocity at t is equal to 4 seconds? Okay, we have to find it out. Then we have done what we have done? We have done centering the point 4, we have taken 3 seconds and 5 seconds. 1 second before and 1 second after. So what is the span here? Delta t here we have taken 5 minus 3 second is equal to 2 seconds. That is that time interval we have taken 2 seconds. Now in this 2 seconds at the point 3 we have drawn one perpendicular which perpendicular hits at R1 point, this point, and 5 at the point 5 it hits the point R2. Then R1 R2 is a straight line. So R1 R2, the line R1 R2 has some slope, it has some slope. The slope of R1 R2 will give you the average velocity. What is average? Average velocity, at average velocity at the time interval that is delta t. So r1 or 2 will give you the average velocity at time interval delta t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, next what we have done, we have decreased the time interval. I have told you when delta t tends to 0, then delta s by delta t will be ds dt. That is actually we have told you differentiation. Okay, so in this way we have lessened the time span here. Now the time span we have taken, that is, now we have time span we have taken delta t is equal to 4.5 minus 3.5, this one 3.5 and 4.5. okay, then what will be the delta t? It will be 1 second. You can see previous interval of time we have taken 2 seconds. Now we have decreased the time interval, we are going to delta t tends to 0, then 1 second. Then what will happen? At the 3.5 we have drawn one perpendicular, and here also we have drawn one perpendicular which hits the main curve, and that is S1 and S2. You can see this is S1 and this is S2, and S1 S2 line what signifies? The slope of the S1 S2 will give you the average velocity at the time interval in 1 second. This is the average velocity because span is greater, 3 to here 3.5 to 4.5, 1 second. In 1 second the slope will give you the average velocity. Now S1 S2 also average velocity at the time interval delta t is equal to 1 second. Okay, and what will happen if we more close to each other? What will happen? It will come to 4 seconds. What we have drawn here, we have expanded the graph. It is very now 3.5, 4.5. 4 is in between 3.5 and 4.5. So at the point 4, if we draw one line, you can see we have drawn one line that is T1 T2. We have drawn one line that is T1 T2. You can see T1 T2 will not cut the graph. T1 T2 will touch the graph. So when any straight line touches the graph, that will be the tangent at that point. And I have told you in few minutes ago, we have to draw tangent. When tangent is possible in a curved line, when these 2 points are very close to each other. That means you have to decrease the time interval for the case of a ST graph. So ST graph we have decreased the time interval, and now time interval is so small. At this point the T1 T2 line makes one tangent at the point, at that point, tangent at that point. So T1 T2 now it is not average velocity, this is now instantaneous velocity, and it is delta t is not 1 second here, delta t actually at t is equal to 4 seconds. Okay, understand? So 3 to 5 second interval, what we have found out, that is average velocity. 3.5 to 4.5 second interval, what we have found out, that is also average velocity. So we are going to tending to very small interval, that is on 4 seconds. What we got? We got T1 T2 is a tangent at that curve. So T1 T2 now gives you the slope of the T1 T2 will give you the instantaneous velocity. So it is coming from the relation, that is differentiation. So in exam, if this question will come, what we will do? You have to draw these such type of figures, then you have to draw tangent, then find out the instance velocity. No, use differentiation. I have told you what is differentiation, and from this differentiation you get the answer. So differentiation has some formula. I will give you this formula one by one. For few formulas I will give you here. Now some formula, laws. Number one, suppose d of dx is a constant we have taken, so it will be 0. So what is that? Actually this is, suppose we have taken 5. Okay, d, we are taking the derivative, we are taking the concept of differentiation. D of dx of 5, y is 5, y is 5 means this one, suppose y is 5. So this is y, this is x. So this is the line 5, 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 is a straight line, makes an angle positive. So 5 is a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. So what? This line makes angle with positive x-axis, what? 0 angle. So that means the slope, slope is 0. So if we take the constant derivative of any constant, that will be 0 here. And next formula is x to the power n, ddx x to the power n. So it will be n x to the power n minus 1. Okay, so the power will come in front and the x's power will be decreased by 1. That is the formula. So if x is to 5, x to the power 5, then ddx of it what will be? ddx of 5 will be 5 x to the power 5 minus 1, that is 5 x to the power 4, in this way. So what will be the value of ddx of root x? Then it will be ddx of x to the power half, that means half, then half will come in front, and x to the power half minus 1, then it will be half x to the power minus half. So it will be half root, this will be 1 by 2 root x. Okay, so these are the formulas. Suppose ddx of sin x, what will be? ddx of cos x, ddx of tan x, ddx of cot x, ddx of sin cos tan cot sec x, ddx of cosec x, and of course ddx of e to the power x. What will be the formula? ddx of a to the power x. So this formula you have to understand, you have to memorize in your mind. It will come into it will be very useful in this numerical problem. Now sin x will be cos x, cos x will be minus sin x. So if there is a cos, c term will be there, c term, for all c term minus will come here, remember it. Now tan x, cot x minus cosec square x. So c is here, c term is here, cot, so minus sign will appear here. Now it will be sec x tan x, it will be minus c term here, cosec x cot x. Okay, and for the case of a ddx of e to the power x, the derivative of e to the power x with respect to x, it will be nothing but e to the power x. What will be? It will be a to the power x log ea. Okay, so actually this formula is coming from this formula, because when e to the power x will come, so it will be log e. Log e means 1, then only e to the power x will come here. So these are the formulas. You go through these formulas in your textbook and you will remember these two things: concept of differentiation of mathematical tool and understanding the instantaneous velocity. Okay, up to this today's student. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel for next upcoming videos. Thank you.